So what are we doing now? What's the strategy,
With a big fly, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to low hole Lance and try to maybe cut him off, get the good looking water below Lance.
That is such a good find.
That's a big brown, bro.
Hey, okay, so today we've got a really cool guest with us. This guy right here, Joe Goodspeed from Diamondback Euro nymphing rods. And so we've got the new Generation 4, the next version from the Ideal Nymph. And we're out on the water with Mr. Lancer over there. And so they're both using the new version of that Euro nymphing rod. And we're gonna go through some of the main differences and hopefully catch a few fish to boot. Joe over here has a relatively, let's call it non-traditional approach.
You got to get a good two-hand hookup on a Some of the biggest fish I catch on these things are on the two-hand retrieve, like a fast saltwater fly.
Yeah, that's, now here's the cast. You guys gotta watch this. Oh yeah. If you guys know conventional gear, you know what a pitch is. You've done this a few times, Joe.
Low winter water on the Provo may not be the play
Yeah, it's
for
probably
for
not. That's true. I'd say
a bit of an aggressive approach.
it's
here.
aggressive, but I think that's part of the fun of it. So that fly's got to weigh half ounce, quarter ounce.
No, this is 3/16.
This is
one of my lighter ones.
Yeah.
You know?
If all else fails, you just whack them in the head. Oh yeah.
That's
some dirty business right there.
that's a quarter.
That'll do her.
That's 5/16. That's
I love it. Hey, you know what? This is just different techniques, guys. Different techniques. Okay, so not a ton of love on that guy. So what are we doing now? What's the strategy,
with a
Joe?
big fly. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to low hole Lance and try to maybe cut him off, get the good looking water below Lance.
That is such a good find. Nah, you're not gonna make it. Sorry, buddy. Two-wheel drive. Ain't gonna cut it. If you're the guy in that car or girl, I'm sorry, but you've got two-wheel drive and that road is pure ice and you will not make it up. All right, we can't just leave him there. So he's super stuck now. And we're gonna see if we can get him out. This is no Matt's off-road recovery, guys. I happen to have some recovery gear in the old 4Runner. Well, we'll see what we can do. I think I can make it out of here. Famous last words. So, fishing temporarily on hiatus until we get this guy some help. All right, we're hooked up. We're gonna yank him out. Okay. Yep, I know. I'll shut the door. And here we go. All right, buddy, let's go. Good job. Okay, we're just gonna back up. There he is, right there. Okay, gonna hit the traction better here. Come on, dude. Nope, yeah, get around there. Okay, now we're going. Now we're going. Okay, let's see if the old 4Runner can do this. Lost my traction. All right, here we go again. Okay. Moral of the story, don't freaking slow down. Nope, this is not working, fillers. Okay. Okay. Step one, failed. We'll try 4-wheel low. And okay, we're gonna try this backwards. Okay, so attached, gonna go up, try 4-wheel drive low, and let's go. All right, let's go. Here we go, buddy. Okay, we're doing it. This is the sketchiest part right here. Oh yeah, we're not going into the wall. Strong work, guys. Let's go, little Chevy. Getting yanked out by a little old 4Runner. Crying out loud. We're just gonna go straight away here. And he is good. Decided we're gonna swap our business model to off-road recovery. Thanks, Matt. We got her.
Yep. And it didn't tear up my...
Hey, win-win.
Hey, thank you so much.
You bet. That's what I get for being lazy. I should have just pulled around and yanked him out front ways. But I needed to create some new tracks in the snow. Anyway, sorry guys, but you're gonna get less fishing and more off-road recovery. Well, it's not even off, well, technically that's off-road, I guess. Gotta go find those 2 yahoos. Got about an hour left to fish. Then we've got tacos, and then we've got a podcast. So let's check it out and see what's going on. All right, we found him. Well, I must have missed at least 40 or 50 fish in the time it took to get that Chevy off the road.
Look, Lance is catching a fish.
Oh my gosh. How dare he interrupt our informational session.
I got a big old lunker 12-inch rainbow.
That thing is giant.
Really big.
Okay, well, most importantly, what's your read on the new rod?
This is the new Diamondback nymph rod. I've got the 10-2. Very, very light in hand. Very sensitive. It with a reel that I have balanced from my previous 10-2, it naturally wants to pop up a little, so it's definitely
nice.
Much lighter in the tip section. Swing weight wise, at least, it's very easy to load. Feels like a winner. I'm excited to get my hands on a few more of these. Try some of the other models. We need to chat with Joe. Joe's busy trying to catch a fish up there. We need to chat with him about how these compare to some of the older models. Like, for instance, is this 2-weight equivalent to the old 2-weight, or is this 2-weight more equivalent to the old 1-weight or 3-weight or whatever? So it'd be interesting to get his scoop on those details since he put them together, but they're looking pretty. Really low guide placement, very, very little sag here, easy to cast. It's got the double rod rings, the double foot guides on the tip to reduce a little bit of the wrap on the leader. I think it's going to be a winner.
Okay, and these are available sometime
I believe starting in February.
February-ish.
We'll see.
So that'll be nice. And that, let me guess, was that a poacher?
That was on an olive poacher.
Lance poached it.
Good guess.
Man, if you guys don't have poachers, if you don't have poachers, you need to get some. Okay, Joe, so you're explaining what are the, so you guys are nymphing.
So the Generation 4 rods compared to the Ideal Nymph rods are designed to be better with microliters, really small flies, and precision work. And for each rod model, relative to the line weight, they are a little bit softer, a little bit easier to load, fish better with small flies, and the larger models, like the 3 weights in Generation 4, feel more like the 2 weights in Ideal Nymph. And the 2 weights in Ideal Nymph, I think, are just strong for 2s. And so with Generation 4, I've kind of reset the sizing metric to something that I think it reflects more of where the market is going. Because as people develop their skill set, they can fish smaller, lighter rigs and flies. So, you know, that's the thing from the Ideal Nymph rods to the Generation 4 rods. That's the biggest difference, is these are designed to optimize light rigs, fine rigs, small flies, microliters, you know, really thin line.
So to clarify, I'm fishing the 10-2. I was fishing the 10-2 Ideal Nymph yesterday on a different section of this river. This one feels a little softer than the 10-2 I had yesterday, the older one. So you would say the equivalent in the new version of the old 10-2 was closer to the 10-3.
Power-wise, the Generation 4 10'3" is the most similar feeling rod to the Ideal Nymph 10'2", and the Generation 4 10'2" is a lighter rod. And these rods might not be as versatile as the Ideal Nymph rods. They cast an overhead line really well. In the same line weight, the 2 weight in Generation 4 is not going to have the power to cast around those dry dropper rigs the way the 10'3" weight Generation 4 rod is. But the 2 weight is going to be much better with the really fine, light rigs and doing precision work with light leaders and small flies or single nymphs. So that's going to be the biggest difference between these rods, is there's a shift in the sizing. And also the tapers and materials are completely different. The Generation 4 rods do not have that much in common with the Ideal Nymph rods.
All right, Joe, today I've been fishing a little poacher, a little jig streamer on the 10-2. What in your mind is the ideal rod for jigging streamers versus what would be the ideal rod in this new series for, let's say, nymphing with, you know, 3.5, 3, 2.5 mil bead to maybe up to 4 mil bead stuff versus jig streamers, maybe 4 mil beads and heavier? What are the favored rods in your opinion of that series?
Both of the 3 weights are really designed to do that versatile work. The overhead casting, the fishing the bigger flies, the 10'7" and the 10'3" weight are both going to have that level of versatility that right now the Ideal Nymph 10'2" weight is known as a really versatile rod. And in this new series, the 1 weights and the 2 weights are going to be much more of precision nymphing tools, and those 3 weights are going to be more of those versatile rods that'll handle bigger flies, handle overhead casting, a little indicator nymphing is all in the wheelhouse for the new 3s.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right, let's trick some fish. More, I mean. More than the 30 you've already got.
Yeah, I wish.
Oh, that's a nice one.
It's a better fish at least.
We got Joe is behind the camera here now, so if it looks like the Blair Witch Project, that's why.
Joe on the lens.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
We got Curtis on the stick over here.
got to get Curtis with the rod in his hand once in a while, you know?
Lance with the fish on.
All right. Decent bow.
Not bad.
Fat little guy.
Swish,
Is it
nothing
because
but
it's
net.
warming up, or is it because there's more of us that are thrashing around in the water out here next to him?
That is a great question. I'm going to chalk that up to Lance home water.
It's heating up.
He knows. He knows. But yeah, it could be warming up a bit.
Is there another? Are we gonna move down to another pool?
We could. There's a couple more down there we can get into.
We got a live one.
That is a pretty fish. Making use of Lance's bug that he gave me.
Wow, Lance's bugs don't work.
I feel like the fish are kind of sick of getting caught in Lance's bugs, but it's still persevering.
You cannot argue with success, I guess. Nice. How deep was he?
Since I'm not wearing polarized glasses, it's hard for me to tell where the hell I'm fishing. To tell you the truth, I feel so crippled.
You're
by
just
that.
in ninja mode. That's all. It's all by feel.
That's how I fish.
Okay, fellas, we are gonna wrap it up. Lance, what's your final impression of the new rods?
It's so good. Can't wait to get a bunch of models.
Okay, we're thinking end of February 2025. Joe, strong work.
Nice work, Joe.
And if you're watching this, whenever it is, there will be an accompanying podcast that we're going to have Joe in later today. And check out these rods. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. If this is after they've arrived, we'll also put a link below so you can get the rods fresh from our website. Anyway, peace out.